Oh, that sounds like about perfect timing.
Yes, it does.
Okay, kids.
Happy Thursday, children of the lawn.
Yes, happy birthday, children of the lawn.
Happy birthday.
Happy Day, Thursday. Birthday.
No,
I'm reading, it's Steve's birthday today.
It's Steve Stevens' birthday.
Steve Stevens' birthday today.
And we have a new viewer, and his name is Cliff. Let's see, what... Mac, where are you, Cliff?
Oh, she's going to slaughter it, Cliff. I apologize in advance.
Well, McLarnon. Cliff McLarnon. Welcome, Cliff McLarnon.
Ah, welcome, lad.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's truly welcome. If you're taking time out of your day to watch our bullshit, we appreciate it.
That's right.
Welcome to the camp. All right.
And I'm happy to report
Really?
that Steve and I took out about 15 minutes today to figure out how to unblock Richard Wayne.
Yes.
And we did, so...
And me and Teeter went to work in the breeze white today.
I'm not Tater! If anybody has watched Yellowstone, you know who Teeter is, and it's not me.
Teeter and I was out there working the breeze white today.
Oh, that's right. Tim says Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Does that have a relevance for anybody here besides the fact that it's like I get to have an extra drink today or whatever it is? Does it have any, historical or
it's got something to do
hysterical?
with Mexico.
No. I'm talking about for anybody personally. I mean, happy Cinco de Mayo, yes, but does it have any personal significance?
Well, does Mardi Gras have personal significance to people that are celebrating?
For you, it does.
Yes, but if you're in New York, or if you're like,
Well, now.
Why?
Why what?
Why would it?
Because I just told you, it's another excuse to get whacked.
Well, actually, Mardi Gras is the day that you party and you're hedonistic because it's the day before Lent.
Right, which of course that's.
And I think that's like a Catholic thing anyway.
Well, but if you go to Mardi Gras, do you have to be good the next day?
No, you're good and hungover.
So who comes up with that rule down there, especially?
Oh man,
Yeah.
Down there.
Down there.
Well, like I told you, when I first met Steve, I was drinking pretty good because I was from New Orleans, and that's what we did. We drank pretty good. And I actually outdrank John Entwistle.
Oh yeah, I saw it with my own ear.
Drink for a drink, and we were drinking Remy and ginger. But I didn't realize that it wasn't like that everywhere. It was like that in England, but in New York it really wasn't like that.
No, it's not like that in public in New York. It's like that. It's just not like that in public.
Well, everybody gets plastered in New Orleans and nobody questions it. It's like just normal,
Yeah, well.
So I guess
you need a little plaster in your life. Anyway, so we did. I don't know if you saw the thing. We made a little post. We're gonna make Thursdays Throwback Thursday. Because we're coming into touring season. A lot of guys are playing.
Yes.
I don't like cancellations. So
well, these guys haven't worked in over 2 years.
Right.
So
and
work on, people.
So the guests, Monday is going to be the same thing with Brad. It's going to be the historical thing, although the next 2 Mondays will be best ofs because he's got some personal things to take care of. We'll see Brad in a couple of weeks, but I will be rerunning segments of our shows from Mondays.
And Bradley's Jewelers will still be sponsoring the show.
Who?
Bradley's Jewelers.
Bradley's Jewelers in South Fort Myers. Diamonds, bridal, you name it. Estate, custom design, and expert repair. Bradley's Jewelers, South Fort Myers. They specialize in amazing moments.
In amazing moments.
I tell you what makes them a very cool jewelry store. It's not just
art.
diamonds.
No.
It's colored gemstones, and there's colored art on the wall. It's not like chandeliers and You feel like, where am I? It's very homey.
Yeah, I mean, we have a friend we have a couple friends
Yeah.
that own diamond stores.
Right, but
Believe
that-
it or not, there's at
Yeah.
least 3 friends.
Yes,
or
and one
4.
of them had your art in it. He loved your art.
Yeah.
Stuart.
And now it's in this one. Well, it goes with.
But this is not a
jewels.
diamond store.
This is
jewelry
this is a
store.
fine. This is like if you were going to get
And they custom make pieces like that.
yeah, if you
butterfly.
wanted something for a special anniversary, and you just didn't want to go to Zales, you know what I mean? You go over. and
Zales
see-
will not custom make you a piece.
No, they'll custom charge you.
But that butterfly with the opals, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff. There, it's really artistic over there.
Yeah,
and it
is.
feels that way. And I'm sorry I don't remember
It's
the girl's
very
name,
comfortable.
who is one of the jewelers over there. But just it's an amazing place.
There's
Just
like-
go there and look at all the colors. Drop
And
about a
there's
half hour before
an
you get
area
there.
with
and-
some nice plush couches where you feel like, hey, I can just sit down. And
see how that just went right by there?
what? What?
I said just drop about a half hour before you get there.
Well, that would have been cool though.
Yeah, except nobody wants a tripping weirdo
All I
in
needed
their
was a
gem
freaking
store.
All I needed was a cigarette, and I'd wave it back and forth in front of me and catch the trails,
They
and I
can't
would
see
be
you.
entertained for at least a half an
They
hour.
can't see you.
Oh, well, you,
Nobody-
you can do the motion, like
Nobody who made the movie is here.
Sue would know about this.
Sure, you would know about it.
Sue would.
So, let's see what else. Okay, Harold, let me tell you about this.
Well,
This is first. Every time this is a thing that happens in our house, and I'm going to get to the best of stuff in a second.
Yes.
But every so often, I get a new thing of shampoo.
that he does not pick out or know anything about.
No idea what it is.
I surprise him. You
It's
can't
there,
really see
and,
it, though.
you know.
It just looked white.
And so I see it's got this new shit, right? And it's called Cremo, or
Cremo, I think.
Cremo. We're backwards,
But it's
you'll deal
called
with it.
Bourbon and Oak.
Yeah, it's called Bourbon and Oak, right? So I'm thinking to myself, and it's got you. Can you see the little seal here? A little like sealing wax.
I smelled it in the
Check
store
this out,
first.
okay? I smelled it. in the
I
store first.
did.
Yeah, watch. Wait a minute. Now it doesn't come off this freaking thing. Here it comes. Look
Why
at
are
this.
you ruining
Genuine.
the bottle?
Whoa. I'm just showing you,
Right.
So I'm looking at it the other day, and I'm saying Bourbon and Oak.
And-
This is some frickin' yuppie maniac bought himself an eighth, and he's sitting there trying to come up with an advertising campaign. Bourbon and Oak, and I'm thinking to myself, do I even know what Bourbon and Oak smells
Well,
like?
and I said to you, like a couple of days after you had it, do you like the new shampoo? Do you think it smells
Well,
good?
that's what she always says. She always says, "Do you like the new shampoo?" And
Right, just like when I
Yeah,
cook
it's
a new
great.
recipe. Do you like the new recipe?
yeah, but that's different because I can actually taste that.
Okay.
And so I either do like it or I don't like it. As far as shampoo is concerned, I'm not, I mean, if
doesn't really-
if my hair gets clean and
He takes
and
a
I'm
quick
good to
shower and bops out, doesn't care about the smell.
So I use this Bourbon and Oak stuff, and it's frickin' awesome. It's like I wanted to wash my hair again.
Well, to the point where last night he came out of the shower and he went, I gotta tell you, you asked me how that new shampoo smelled. It smells amazing. And I said,
Yeah,
I
smell.
thought so.
Smell it. No.
So then I went to their website and checked reviews. Usually I look for reviews on products before I buy them. I just blindly bought this.
See, because they suckered her in.
No,
They
that's
said
not
with
why, because we were
the
both
sealing
out of
wax,
shampoo.
the sealing wax, and
Because he takes a shower and I take a bath in the other bathroom because I like a bath, he likes a shower. And we were both out, like we only had a couple days left. So I was in Publix actually, and I said, oh, let me get us some shampoo. And I saw that, and I said, it was like manly looking, and they had different kinds. And I smelled it, and it actually smelled like an air freshener
yeah,
that we
that
used
they
to
don't
get
make
from
anymore. Pier 1.
called Asian Spice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the closest thing that smelled like it. And that was his favorite fragrance. And then
That
I
was
bring
his
it home and
favorite
he's like,
fragrance.
I didn't
Asian
notice,
spice.
you know, I didn't notice. But then last night he noticed.
I
the
actually
point.
smelled it. It was like, wow.
So
Okay.
I went on their website today and like
I'm not sure whether
everybody's
something
giving it
healed or
5
whether this
stars.
actually smelled really good, but that's, you know.
One guy said it smelled so good he washed his hair twice and he went back and bought the deodorant.
Well, I'm not going
And
there.
they have what?
I don't know. What? They
Like,
have,
they have shaving cream.
we getting an endorsement from them?
No, we're not. But it's not expensive. It was only like $8.99, $7.99.
Yeah, the thing about it is it's only, it's solid up to here.
Like
and
the
there's
good
only this-
shampoos are $35, $45.
Wow.
Oh,
so
Sue
you-
knows about it.
So
She
wait a
says
minute.
it's
Do we
way-
hear the underlying message here, guys? I don't get the good shampoo.
I don't
I
either.
get the...
I get like the $8.99 one.
You're not on camera, darling.
Oh, but darling, this is the good one. And come on in, Reb.
Uh-oh. Hey, listen.
And
Come
Sue,
on
who is the hairdresser,
in. Hey, don't
she
let me
said
get
she
you,
has
right?
heard of it, and it smells awesome.
Hey, Bub. Come here. Hang on.
It does. And I was going to use it tonight.
Come here. Come here. Come see me. Let me see you. Come on.
Okay,
Oh,
Lori wants to know
what?
the name of it.
It's
I'll write it down
Cremo.
for you. C-R-E, right?
Yeah, CREMO.
C-R-E-M-O.
Backwards, it's
but
yeah,
the scent
Cremo.
is, and it's shampoo and conditioner in one.
What? Are you having a good time? You want to be on the show
Now,
tonight?
we should get them in to sponsor the show,
Yeah, we sure should.
right?
Well, if everybody,
boutique
you know
company.
what, we're going to start some letter writing campaigns. We need you to write a couple of letters. Well, to, you know, Cremo, but Sirius Radio, NBC. We're going to start a petition.
What's
All
the
right.
name of that scent? The scent is bourbon and oak, right?
Yeah, bourbon and oak.
Well, because somebody else tried eucalyptus and something, and they said it was
Hey,
really good shampoo.
Eucalyptus.
But when they got this one, the smell, everybody loves it. Even
Dogs in
some woman
space.
wrote she buys it for her husband because she likes the way it smells so much that she can't keep her hands off of him.
You okay now?
It's kind of like high karate. Remember high karate commercials? Okay, shampoo. Yes, there
High
you go,
karate.
Lori. I wrote it down for you.
What the hell was that?
What?
I don't know. I'm seeing.
Yes, Remy just
All right,
came
yes.
in the room, people.
Yes, the little boy.
Now,
Okay, so what?
it happened. We happened
Yeah,
to
we
see
happened
Pat
so-
Romano
Oh.
post that it was Steve Stevens' birthday today.
Right. And as we said before, you know, we're doing the Rockin' Review on Monday, the guest on Tuesday, Anything Goes Wednesday, and now we're going to do Throwback Thursday and play clips from other shows that you might have missed, or, you know, maybe you were too stoned and didn't get it all, or I don't know.
Well,
But, you know, as I said before, everybody's starting to tour again, you know, and so it's hard to expect people. Thursday night's a big night on the road. Most people have a Tuesday off. If you're working on Tuesday, I got 2 words for you, and they're not happy birthday.
no, it's
No, it's good. You work as much as you can.
that's right.
I do. Well, if you,
That's right. That's right.
Man, and I'll tell you-
Oh. We finished Ozark last night. Ah!
oh, Zark.
If none of you have seen Ozark, it is such a fun ride. I'm telling you, from the first episode to the last.
It's,
It's great. Jason
yeah.
Bateman is great.
He's amazing. Laura Linney's great.
Yeah. And I didn't like Jason Bateman as a little kid, but I really
No.
like him a lot as
He's just amazing. I liked him in that movie,
And-
that Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses. He was funny in that.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
so there's a
Oh,
movie.
Sue
review.
loved it.
Oh, you had to. How could you not?
Yeah.
I mean, after all, right?
And-
Who comes through in the end? We're not. No spoilers.
Well, okay, I won't give a spoiler away, but
That's
you know how they say everything happens for a reason?
Yes.
It happened that Buddy was in the basement of their house, and Jonah and him became friends. And because of that, look what happened in the end,
Well,
right?
Buddy was.
Because
in the
Marty
basement.
was not teaching Jonah certain things, but Buddy was.
So it was Buddy in the basement. Wow.
Well, that's kind of like, did you just hear about, there's a house in Virginia, 4 bedrooms,
Is this
sold
what-
for $800,000, but there's a lady living in the basement, and the people that bought the house had to agree to let her live
Well,
in the
that
basement.
John had, when they sold the estate, when John
That's
bought
right,
the
that's
estate,
right.
it came with somebody living in one of the houses, and when they sold the estate, it sold
That was like
with
a
her
couple
still
miles
living.
away. It wasn't.
A couple of miles away. It was on the property.
It was on the property, but it was still a couple miles.
You wouldn't want to
away.
forget your wallet and have to go back.
No.
That's for sure. But yeah, Mrs. Gibbs, I actually interviewed her for Ox's Tail.
She was the
didn't
owner
make the
before
cut.
John's children's school teacher.
She was, yeah, Lord Wolfson, I think, is who owned the estate before John got it, and she was the children's teacher.
Yep.
You know, how frickin' Downton Abbey is that, right? And she was what's called a life resident. Mm-hmm. Gets to live there for life.
Now that's a little different than having some stranger living in your basement and you paying $800,000.
Well, if it's Mrs. Gibbs, it's not so bad. I said to her, I remember going there.
You said,
No,
"What's-"
no, you know what? It was when John was still alive.
I know, and you were doing an Ox's Tail.
Yeah, when we did it before, and we were just doing, and we went up to her cottage, and I said, "Hi, Mrs. Gibbs," and she said, "Oh, hello, I see you walking back and forth," and yeah, very nice. And I said, "Well, you know," and she tells us the story about the wolves and children and this and that and the other thing, and I said, "Well, I said, you know, do you get along with John?" And she says, "Well, I think I've only ever seen him once."
Yeah. And how many years?
30 or whatever it is. I don't know. Mrs. Gibbs. She's probably still there.
She
God
said,
bless her.
and he was very he was kind of
The hell was
quiet.
that?
He was quiet.
What was that?
I don't know. Was that not Remy?
I hope so.
He's right here. Remy.
Do we have, well, yeah. Somebody invading the house? I'm ready. Oh. What are you
I
doing?
am too.
Let me see. Look at it.
It's a letter opener. Hey, that would stab somebody.
Yeah, and you got that pretty quick, but this is an Italian switchblade.
Italian,
Yes, I love that. I mean, that's just...
shouldn't it be like
No, stiletto.
stiletto is Italian?
No, it's...
They were
Is-
Puerto Rican in West Side Story. You're just doing the song. What?
They had switchblades.
I know
I
that.
always wanted a switchblade. Do you remember where I got this?
Oh, Chris Gorgona's watching.
Chris
And he
Gorgona.
said he knows about Cremo, and he said their shaving cream is the best. Wow. I'm telling you, it's some boutique company. I never heard of it before, and that's why I think we're on to something, people. I'm
Could
gonna
be. I don't know,
contact.
let's see. We'll buy stock.
I'm gonna contact-
Let's do what do you...
Oh, we should. Everybody, let's buy stock.
Yeah. Yep. We'll pay you back. Okay, so let's see. Here's the first clip. This is cool. This is just, and I haven't really watched this all the way through. I found a good in and a good out. It's a couple of minutes. I hadn't seen or talked to Steve. We had a friend that passed away, and so over the years, a good friend that we actually talked about. But I hadn't seen him since Speaks, since he went off to, well, you'll see. He went off to play with Idol, but he did a whole bunch of stuff. Some cool stories in here. So here's a couple minutes of Steve Stevens, and I should have noted the date, but I didn't. So there's that, That's what happens when you're working on a budget. How y'all get so far? Awesome, bro.
It's riveting.
Awesome. Really cool. How you been?
You gotta
It's
turn
us.
it up.
Good to see you. So you were in Florida, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. Where were you? Still West Coast?
I'm in California. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in Florida. Are you?
I'm on the west coast of Florida, as close as I could get, on the Gulf side in Fort Myers.
Okay, my mom's in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's
Right across the alley.
Yeah.
That's a good place for her to be.
Yeah, 94 years old, man. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, hey man, there's hope for us, right?
I know. Yeah, right.
Man, you look exactly, you look the same as you did in the neighborhood.
I don't know about that.
Well, close. But, don't forget my eyes are starting to go, which helps too,
Oh, I get new glasses every year. It's a yearly thing.
It's insane, man. It's insane. I tell you what, I said before as a joke, I don't think we've talked in the 21st century, and I think the last time I reached out to you, and the last time we sort of bumped into each other was when Chrissy passed.
Right.
And
Yeah.
what a good friend.
Yeah, he was, well, it was Chris, for those uninformed, Chris was the drummer in the cover band I was in, that I joined when I was 17. And, I had the facility, I had nothing else, so I had the raw talent. And he said, I'm going to take you to see a band. And he took me, we went to Speaks to see Rat Race.
Huh.
And that was like boot camp. And it was, obviously Mark was a huge influence. And, I had seen a lot of pro bands, we grew up at the height of, all the greats. I'd seen Emerson, Lake Palmer, and Yes, and Genesis, and all this stuff. But none of the bands I ever saw were even close to capturing any of that big rock experience, we'll say. And your band was the first that was like a truly, you guys put on concerts. They were in clubs and bars, but it was a concert experience. It was, and to see Mark, he was, a lot of guitar players now, like I had, they have the dexterity and they have the knowledge and they have all this, but he was such a physical player. And all of you guys attacked the music in a way that was, you sold it, and I was just like, it was, it opened my eyes to what being a musician was about,
Well, that doesn't, I'll tell you what, it doesn't get better than to hear that from one of your friends and one of your peers, and, thank you for that. It's, that's, if we did anything, we just tried to push the envelope to be the best that we could, and it was a very healthy competition in that band, especially between Mark and I. We used to just go at each other and try to raise each other's game, and we did that, all the way up until, we haven't played together in a couple of years now, but a couple of years ago we were, still doing the same thing, and that's, that's a natural talent. The guy had a gift for channeling that energy and that real excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I always tell people, I said, everything that I did when I was playing that Long Island club scene prepared me more than anything for the rest of my life, because you had to learn these tunes, right? So you'd sit with headphones to learn a Zeppelin song, and you'd figure out, oh, that's what arranging a guitar part is about. Well, and then you had to get up in front of people and perform it. Okay, that's stagecraft. So all of this stuff, and then you have to communicate with your other band members, and that's what
politics.
Should be a dialogue between musicians, not just some guy sitting in his bedroom getting great on the instrument, and that's all it is. Yeah. So all of that stuff in those years of playing and learning and digging into that music, really, it was the best education I could have ever gotten.
Made it to the first clip.
Yes! You know what?
Except I forgot to turn my mic on.
Oh, no. He's not only very talented, he's very likable.
Steve always was.
Yeah, very
always
down
was.
to earth.
Really easygoing, and I'll tell you what I remember I think one of the other clips in there talks about him first getting together with Billy Idol. But I knew Steve as the kid, who was really too young to come and see us play. But hell, I mean, only by a couple of years. I think he was 16 and the drinking age was 18. So they were sneaking him in.
I mean, who wasn't getting into bars when they were 15 when the drinking age was 18?
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I was playing in them when I was 14, 15.
Right, but you never wanted to go hang out and drink in a bar.
Never, ever. The only time I didn't want to ever go hang out and drink in a bar. I wanted to play at the fore and aft because my brother, who was 8 years older than me, used to be able to go there, and I would imagine, I'm listening to Cousin Brucey with the transistor radio under my pillow and hearing stories about the fore and aft. You got to realize, I was 12, my brother was 20, so big stuff, right? Yeah.
I never wanted to go anywhere that my brothers went.
Yeah, well, okay, it took me a while to figure that out. And it wasn't even for that. It wasn't because my brother went there. It was because it's what I knew of as this place where young people went and there was music. And, I wasn't, believe me, I wasn't trying to get on my brother's Christmas list.
No.
But what else? I hadn't heard of any other places. We had the band. We had, I think...
And Talk of the Town wasn't there yet, right?
Talk of the Town. Talk of the Town was something else. It was.
I know what Talk of the Town was.
What was it?
It was the gay bar on
No.
It was the band, the
No, the
bar
one
Larry used to go to.
But it was something before it was. You're talking to one by the parking lot.
That's a perfect name for a gay bar. Talk of the Town. It was there when I moved in with you in 1981.
But no, it wasn't always that. It was something else. Come on, there's got to be one of you historians that remembers the place by the Mamaroneck Avenue School parking lot.
See, unlike me, you didn't, seek out the gay bars.
No, I did not seek out the gay bars. I didn't even know what that was.
I only knew because my friend's cousin worked in a gay bar in the French Quarter. So he got us in when we were 15, and no guys hit on us. It was great. We got free drinks.
No, I didn't. I was just so into doing what I was doing. I wasn't really even aware or really gave a shit about other cultures. If you were doing it and it didn't mess with me, go ahead. I was pretty. I didn't recognize a lot of that back then. No. I mean, but whatever.
Whatever. Okay, so any more with Steve Stevens?
Any more with Steve Stevens? Well, yes. Interesting that you should ask, because yes, there is more with Steve Stevens. Right after this. No. Let's give props to Brad. Here you go.
Bradley's Jewelers in South Fort Myers.
In South Fort Myers.
Diamonds, bridal, you name it. Estate, custom design, and expert repair. Bradley's Jewelers, South Fort Myers.
They specialize
in amazing moments.
Ooh, I love that double track. All right, take it easy there. Now what?
Yeah,
about Bradley's Jewelers. I really enjoyed Brad's show Monday. The thing,
the
and we've got this whole series planned for you. We were talking about it today. So when we reboot the thing, I told you we'll have a couple of weeks of some repeats, and then we'll start the new thing. It's summer programming, right? No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
That's repeat season.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What? No. Okay. Took her a minute.
Chris was the drummer in the cover band I was in that I joined when I was 17. And I had the facility, I had nothing else though. I had the raw talent, and he said, I'm going to take you to see a band. And he took me, we went to Speaks to see Rat Race.
Huh.
And that was like, boot camp. And it was, obviously Mark was a huge, huge influence. And, I had seen a lot of pro bands, we grew up kind of.
What the hell
I
was
believe
that?
was another repeat.
No, why are we doing that?
Well, nobody's saying anything about it.
Yeah, but it's
They
not.
didn't
That's
pay
not the
attention.
second clip. That's not the
They
second
did not pay
clip.
attention to the first
Hang
one.
in there, kid. No.
That I joined when I was 17, and I had the facility,
Didn't we already
Yes.
do
I had
this?
nothing else. So I had to.
Well, that was the first.
I had to
Maybe, I don't know.
watch
We
out.
listened to it
Did we
earlier.
play this
And
one?
he said, "I'm going to take you
Wait
to
a
see a band."
Stevie,
Did we start
nobody's
with it?
saying anything, so
I don't know, man.
let the man talk on.
Awesome, Brad.
I was just wondering if I digitized
Really
the same
cool.
clip twice.
It's
Good.
Frickin' idiot.
See.
Tale told by
So
an idiot.
you were in Florida, yeah?
No,
Yeah, I'm
so
in
I know
Florida.
we heard this.
So
Right.
That's right.
At the end. What
And I always tell people, I said, everything that I did when I was playing that Long Island club scene prepared me more than anything for the rest of my life, because you had to learn these tunes, right? So you'd sit with headphones to learn a Zeppelin song, and you'd figure out, oh, that's what arranging a guitar part is about. Well, and then you had to get up in front of people and perform it. Okay, that's stagecraft.
Right. Then I made the politics joke. But the truth of the matter is that's how it happens. I don't know where the clips got mixed up. I have another one
Can
for
I
you
tell you, Steve? Not one person has said anything.
because they're sleeping.
No, they're talking to each other
Oh, they don't care?
about hair stuff and.
Hair stuff?
You know what? It's like a club. It's like, hey, we're all here.
Oh, we're not really listening to the band? Who's playing tonight? I don't know.
That's exactly right. You're sitting at the table talking, and it's just background.
Yeah, I remember being in the clubs and people are trying to talk to you, right? And it's like you can't hear them. I can't frickin' hear them. My ears are all shut down from all the volume on stage. I mean, my frickin' snare drum was 130 dB or whatever it was. And all of a sudden, these guys started this new thing where they would. I've never felt anything like it before. I almost knocked one guy out. They
What?
come up and they want to talk to you, and they go up into your ear like they're going to talk into your ear, and they put their thumb on the thing and then start screaming into the thumb.
What?
Yeah,
The thumb on what thing?
they put their thumb in your ear.
And somebody's putting their thumb in
Yeah,
your
they're going
ear?
like it's loud, right? So here's the ear. This is the ear.
I wouldn't let
This is
anybody touch my
This is
ear.
the person's ear. This is
That's
the
awfully
side of my head.
ballsy, no?
Oh, I know. I'm telling you, I almost knocked somebody out.
Yeah.
And so they go like this, like they're going to talk in your ear because it's so loud, and then they sneak up the old thumb and push in the thing, but it actually works. But don't touch me.
Okay, so this is what this is what the children have to say. Sue, haha, I thought it was already spoken words. And Lori, we're listening, loving it. Just idle chit chat here in the lawn. Now, Lenny's in the room.
Lenny's in the room. Oh, he's going to like the next
He says,
clip.
hello, my public. And
Wow.
everybody said, hey, Lenny.
Lenny's going to start driving around in a psychedelic painted car soon.
Yes?
Yeah.
Why?
Freaking, he's got a show. He's got a show out for the peeps.
Well,
No, Lenny just being Lenny, brother, being Lenny is just good enough, bro.
that's right. I wouldn't want him any other way.
I'll tell you one thing I've never been so glad that someone I know wasn't working on Friday night. Because I know that no matter what, Booker, or Jeff, they can all get gigs. It's you and me and Angus and Lori.
Lori Richardson says, and we all responded to Lenny, his public.
His public.
And then Lenny says, I'm getting by, old Subaru, painted up real nice.
See, there you go.
You know what,
It's got
man?
those rainbows on the side of it.
You're the island dude.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. You know, the thing that... I'll tell you what the real test of it all is. Look at pictures of people. Are they smiling?
Oh,
Do
Lenny's
they have the
always
good
smiling.
look in their face,
Yep.
in their eyes? Is there a gleam?
Yeah,
Are they
can
happy?
Tell Lenny is happy.
Or are they like...
And I read his wife wrote on Facebook the other day, you don't know how much I love this man. How about that? After how long, Lenny?
How long, Lenny?
30 years, 40 years.
That's all
Lenny
right.
said, I was thinking metallic tangerine.
Well, why? Do you watch the paint shows, bro? Do you watch, like, Dip Your Car and all that stuff, or no?
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm talking about Lenny.
I know. Are you kidding me?
He could watch it.
Do you think he knows about that?
He might know about that. He's from New York.
Sue dislikes grouches. Me too, Sue.
Who's grouchy?
No, we were saying how Lenny's happy, and you
Yeah,
can tell
oh,
when somebody's happy.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
exactly.
he says, too many years. Uh-oh, your wonderful wife just said, you don't know how much I love this man, and this is what you're seeing, too many years?
Oh, goodness gracious. Don't
And
start
Mother's
trouble on
Day is Sunday,
me. Mother's Day.
and you got kids?
Man, let me tell you what. If you have kids, which we don't.
Oh, Lenny says there's very many fly paint jobs on the island.
See, I'll bet there are. And I'll be looking for pictures of those on Friday. Please. Anyway, we didn't have children. We just chose not to have children. We practiced a lot.
Well,
Still do, but never actually...
but the thing is, we never, discussed it or anything.
No, we didn't have to. There's not much to discuss. But now we have a Catahoula. And if you
Oh
have
my
children, this is like a child that never grows up. At
He's
least.
like Velcro.
First of all, he's 115 pounds. He's, he can stand up and put his paws on my shoulder. And cries like a baby whenever you leave him alone in a room.
Yep.
It's like...
He has to be a part of the pack. Like, he can't go lay
He
out in
hears
the
the
yard
keys
by
to the
himself.
car, he's out, that's it, boom.
We got to be out in the yard with him.
Yep. He wants to go out in the morning, so he'll jump off the bed, and he'll go
Because
stand
he's
by
gotta
the
go
door,
pee.
and she'll slide the door open, and she'll open the screen door from the thing and let him out into his dog park. And she'll come back in, and I'll say, she said, oh, he's laying down. And then you could almost time it. 10 minutes. Ooh, 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 ooh. What do you do?
Lenny says, yes. Wait. You're a smart couple. Kids suck. Oh,
Well,
tell us the way
I've had a couple of
Think.
kid experiences in my time, and I feel for you guys.
Well,
I try.
you worked with some teenagers.
Yeah, I worked
That's
with
about
young people.
it.
I
had no
didn't have
kids.
any children.
We had
had no spousal.
We have
children.
never changed a diaper. We have never
Not on
been
a-
woken up at
not
3
on
in
a
the
human.
morning just by puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
What
never
else?
had to be responsible for a kid.
No, just put him in this thing and take him with you.
Nope.
Oh
It
well.
just wasn't for either one of us.
No, it just wasn't.
No.
But Catahoula, look up that breed before you decide to get one. We love him, and it's great.
Lenny says,
But he
just-
requires at least an hour and a half of your undivided attention every day, or he turns into like Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling. What does she do?
Wasn't she spoiled?
Well, not by her mother, she wasn't.
No, okay. If anybody even remembers Tori Spelling.
Yeah, her and her husband have all those kids, and they had the reality show, and her mother won't give her any money. Lenny says, just be married, children are a trap. Whoa!
Hey,
Whoa,
don't
what's
hold
going
back.
on?
Don't hold back there, Mrs. Lincoln.
Whoa, Lenny, I hope
Children
Gabrielle's
are a
not
trap.
reading this. Or your kids.
I mean,
Oh, shit.
well, in our business, I think I don't know anybody.
I think we need to have Lenny come on and discuss children.
We can have him come on. We're going to discuss them tomorrow.
Yes, that's right.
We'll
That's what
remember
we'll
this,
discuss
Lenny.
tomorrow.
So come
Now,
in early. We're going to discuss children and music.
Mousy apparently loves hers. He's 30-something years old and still living at home.
Yeah, we need to.
getting
Well,
waited
because
on
she's
him.
never there.
Right.
She's always working. She's on the road. Of course, he lives at home.
Okay, Sue says, geez, you haven't met my cat. 4 feedings, cat treat, playtime, brushings. Yep, we hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Lenny
and
says-
that's believe me, I'm no stranger, but this one is like
Uh-oh.
what?
Well, Lenny says, tell me I'm wrong. Then Laurie Richardson says, hello, we're children of the lawn. That's right, we have you, our children of the lawn.
You know, I'm gonna. Speaking of the lawn,
We love our children of the lawn.
Speaking of the lawn, I'm gonna let's see if I can pull this off here. You know, I spend about a few minutes before the show. I like to spend a little time in the dressing room, and it's always fun.
Yeah, the
And
dressing room.
I was thinking of you guys today because I was in the dressing room, which is an exterior structure. And where is it? Don't tell me. How am I going? Oh, maybe I'll find it. Maybe I won't.
Well, so we love our children of the lawn.
Yes, we love our children on the lawn, so
You guys are
I
different.
made this recording for you,
You
but
don't live here.
can't find it, and you know how that is.
Lenny says, just make sure you stay on the lawn.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, he's on a roll today.
he is on a roll with mayo on the side.
Oh man.
Where is that's Lenny movie? No, oh Lenny.
Lenny.
No.
Oh. Yes.
No. I'm looking for the thing that I just recorded for these guys. Oh, it was great too. Maybe. Could this be it?
I hope everyone's
No.
having
Could this
wonderful spring weather and
Yeah, is it
flowers
starting to
are
get nice for everybody?
blooming and
Because I'm about to. If I,
oh, thank you, one of our favorite children of the lawn, Laurie Richardson, superstar.
Ooh,
Thank you,
watch
Laurie.
this. No, that's the wrong one. What is going on here today?
Yeah, like today's the day that it
I feel like my head's going to explode.
Mark Visconti says, you mean we are not allowed in the pool? Not without your floaties.
No, the pool is restricted.
Oh, and Gail says it's too hot too soon. I said that to Steve just
I tell you
today.
what,
It
all right,
feels like it's August.
Let me tell you how it goes. We have this workout routine that we do outdoors in the morning, and it's and it involves the dog, and there's plenty of ball throwing and all that kind of shit, stick getting, and then of course he has to be involved in our physical activity, and then he wants to go swimming. And the minute he goes in the pool, he'll just swim around, and the minute I go in through the slider to go into the bedroom, he starts howling. I should show it to you. He starts howling like someone stole his wallet, and I'll film it maybe tomorrow. It'll be good for Friday night. He just freaks out. Oh, is this it? Did I find it? No, I didn't. God. Bird. It's supposed to be bird.
So Lenny wants to know
Oh, yes,
how
Lenny.
much is 1,000 stars? What is that? $10?
Yeah,
$10, Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
So when we give 50 stars, That's 50
It's. I think it's a
cents.
penny a piece.
Penny a piece.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where
Because
the
people
hell
are
I
like,
put
oh,
this.
1,000 stars, 100 stars.
Hey man,
100
you know
stars
what?
is $1.
Let me tell you what. If everybody did a little, it would go a long way. Okay, so I can't find you this thing. Actually, what I could do.
Wow, Lori Richardson in Atlanta says, yes, it's too hot. 90 degrees there. The pool is 82. Last week it was in the 40s. That is an extreme.
There you go. This is what I was trying to play for you. It was sitting in
Yes,
the
$10 US.
sitting in the
Lenny.
dressing room, and here you go. All right, that's enough.
Because it's mating season and we have 3 bird bats in the yard. We
Yeah,
don't feed them, but we give them water.
Yeah, we're not feeding them. We had we had
There's enough bugs and stuff for them to eat.
yeah, there's plenty of stuff for them to eat, and it works out for everybody. The
Liddy
cats
said-
take care of certain things, and the birds take care of the other
Yes.
stuff, and the snakes take care of something. Everybody's happy.
Okay, Lenny says, thank God I can't hear those frequencies. That's
Well, how do
why,
you know?
that's
How do you know I
why
played anything then?
he's sitting on camera and you're hearing,
Yeah, it's obvious that you can't hear those frequencies, bro. It just it struck me. I was what time was
oh,
that?
Kitty said in Detroit next week they're going to reach 80.
Uh-oh. Listen, speaking of reaching 80, this is a kind of a cool and very informative piece, and if it's the same thing over and over again,
And Sue
I will
feeds
publicly
Niger
execute
seed.
myself.
We used to feed Niger
Part
seed.
3.
Goldfinches.
Part 3.
Okay, part 3. Steve Stevens.
Absolutely, it is like a, it's after you play, then it gets the neurons going. It gets it's healthy. I always, like they've proven that even kids that play an instrument in school, in junior high or high school, they do better in other areas as well, because the music somehow music soothes the savage beast or something.
Well,
it's just good practice,
Well, there's actual scientific fact to that. The kids that study music traditionally have better math scores. That's that's the first whatever. I mean, I know that because I did some seminars on for a foundation music education for kids, but it's the truth. I mean, it didn't mean I didn't flunk math, but
Yeah.
So now
the crazy thing is all the these stories and the elderly that get Alzheimer's and forget all this. They won't even recognize their own kinfolk or whatever, but they'll remember a song, and the song goes on. They can sing the entire song, every lyric. There's something about music that has some properties that the brain recognizes in a positive way.
Well, I mean, you've written some pretty incredible stuff, and probably as well as anybody, when somebody says, well, how'd you write that? What do you there's no formula. It comes through you. Don't you believe that composing comes through you?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, there's certain things, if things that maybe influence you, or, a lot of times for me it's a film or a movie or something, or just, a lot of times, especially with Idol, because I've had a, 38-year career with the guy, when you write, just eventually, you can almost guess what that person is feeling, or, and always, I was always one of those guitar players that understood that, that there's a story to be told in a song, and my job is to help move that story along. And if I get to do a guitar solo in it, that's great. If there's no guitar solo, maybe it wasn't meant to have one. But really my job is to convey that story. And that's still, when you sit down and write, and it's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you this: what was because we've never talked about this? What was that process like writing with Idol? Was it? Did you bring the music? Was it Bernie and Elton? How did that go down?
Well, I mean, it was with Billy and I. It wasn't love at first sight for sure, because I was influenced by all those musicians that he came from England, and he was part of that whole punk scene, which was against all those virtuoso players and all this kind of stuff. So that part of it didn't really matter. What we really bonded over was a lot of the New York stuff. When he realized I knew all this Lou Reed stuff, and I just said to him, I said, look, man, he had done 3 records with Generation X, moved to New York to have a new solo career, and I said, you've had a band, a punk rock band, for whatever many years, 3 years. I said, you're going to need a musician or that has the capability to do whatever idea might come across. It's better to kind of hone in on something, on a musician that has capabilities, than have somebody that doesn't have the capabilities, and you always have to push them, because you only get what you ask for that way.
True enough. Unless and I get that because Mark and I have been playing together since 1974. Oops. And writing with him over the years became not a method, but there was just it just kind of unfolded. And when I say the songs come through you, I'm talking about that celestial, cerebral, thing where it's like, oh wow, I'll do this. But I know what you're talking about, the chemistry, because Mark will write. He'll play a chord. Well, in fact, did he send you that solo album that he and I did? If he didn't,
Yes,
he did.
it's awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, in the song that's in 7, the one called Rippin', he starts playing that figure. And I said, what is that? And he said, an intro. And I said, not anymore.
Right.
And it became the main riff in the song. But, that's, and I imagine it's got to be the same for you guys. That's respect. That's a guitar player letting me tell him what to do with it. Not tell him, but, and that's when it really gets bigger than either person.
Absolutely, and you, I would always be, if there was a guitar solo, I'd do it, and the first take, Billy would go, "That's the one," and I'd go, "Oh, I can do it better," and this was the days of 24-track tape, so if you're gonna go over it, you better damn well be sure, you can better it. So we'd always, save that one, and 20, 30 minutes later, I haven't really played anything much better, and we'll go back. Let's hear that first one again. And sometimes the other person is better at recognizing what's good about what you're doing than you yourself. You might be too close to it.
For me, that's the thing that you can't get in music school. You can't get that evolving partnership with another creative person. They don't give a class in that. They don't give a class in spontaneous, interchanging creativity. I mean, maybe they do, but I'd never heard of it. And what a blessing for me, musically, to have Mark, this chordal, tonal genius. It's like, I get to say, oh, do this. It's like having a magic monkey that flies around the room.
Yeah. But the other thing that I quickly realized, up until, when I joined Billy, he already had his producer, Keith Forsey, who had done, they had done the EP with Dancing with Myself and Moni, that was already done. So I put myself in their hands because I didn't have recording experience. I didn't have songwriting experience really. So I wasn't about to say, well, I was kind of like, this is the way I hear it, and I allowed myself. I trusted them that they would pick the best and get the best performance out of me, and that's still when I go in the studio with a producer. that's the attitude I have to have. Is I'll give you the best, but it's up to you to kind of figure out what is the best.
Well, yeah, that's why we have producers. I mean, how many bands have you heard killing themselves over we're going to produce our own record? Oh man, because you're too close. And I've done it. I've done that, and it's always a double-edged sword. But you know, sometimes if you really know where you want to go, like I produced the record with Mark and I, but so if you know where you want to go and you're letting other people do what they do, it's pretty safe. But it's tough to work on your own stuff.
It is, yeah.
So I gotta ask, how did the Idol thing even happen for you? I mean, it's not like, hey, Chris, I can't play in a band anymore because I gotta go play with Billy Idol.
So eventually, I was in a band, an original band with, I auditioned for the band, and it was like 15 guys living in a loft. They were all from Clarksville, Tennessee, in a loft in New York. And I joined the band, and they needed a singer, so I brought along the singer from One Hand Clap, Ray. And we eventually got to record for Island Records, although the record was never released. And Jimmy Miller, the producer of the Rolling Stones, brought us down to the Bahamas, to Compass Point, to record. This is the classic case of, we went from, eating chicken pie to we're living in the Rolling Stones house down in the Bahamas with the dude that climbs the tree in the morning to get fresh coconuts. And we thought we had it made. We thought, this is it, The record ended up being, we really didn't know what we were doing, and we were, we were just not ready, So we got back to New York, the record's not being released, and eventually we started to play a couple of showcase gigs, and Bill Aucoin from Kiss, who was the manager of Kiss, saw the band, and he tried to put us together with some songwriters and stuff, but we didn't have an identifiable thing. A couple of guys wanted to be in The Clash, I wanted to be in Van Halen or whatever,
right.
With a little bit of UK mixed, it was all, it was just like a mishmash. Singer wanted to be David Bowie or whatever, it wasn't a cohesive thing. We didn't know how to put that together. So Aucoin management said, we believe in you. I had some tunes that they liked. And they said, we'll help you put, if you want, we'll help you put together a new band or whatever. I ran an ad in the Village Voice, guitar player looking for every other instrument.
Yeah.
And that ran for about a week. And then I got a call from Bill and said, he said, have you ever heard of Billy Idol? And by then, Dancing With Myself was kind of played in the clubs that, that were playing like dance remixes. So I said, oh yeah, the Dancing With Myself guy. So Bill says, yeah, he's moved to New York, we're managing him, and you guys should meet. And we met, and I remember it was soon after, excuse me, it was soon after John Lennon had been assassinated. And here's Idol, this quintessential English guy in New York, and I said, believe me, New York, it's kind of dangerous, but it's not like that dangerous, Just stay off 42nd Street, and you'll be all right. He was living down in the Village, and we just started to. I said, let's just meet up, we'll meet up and see what we got, and at first, we couldn't find common ground, but then we started to. I realized that he loved all the. A lot of the English early records like Sweet and T-Rex, the glam stuff. And so we found common ground in that. And of course, even the punks loved Led Zeppelin. And,
sure.
Because, communication breakdown is everything the Ramones wanted to do.
Exactly.
So, we found common ground in it because in England, the punk rock thing was tied to a socio-economic thing. Whereas in New York, we didn't have a political thing attached. Ramones weren't a political band. They were just, 3, 4 knuckleheads who kind of.
Yeah, they were non-political. They were just fuck everybody.
Yeah.
No politics at all.
Yeah, and what was cool is that at that time, Robert Fripp had moved to New York and was hanging out at CBGB's with bands like Talking Heads and Television, all this. So when I started to work with Billy, I started to say, there's a lot of guitar stuff that I could do that's kind of textural as well. And this is when the Police first started to happen. And I said, what Andy Summers is doing for those songs, I said, we could touch on some of that stuff. Doesn't always have to be, aggressive guitar stuff. And that's kind of how things like Flesh for Fantasy happened, all those kind of, more textural guitar things. So we did find common ground, and I think I think for him it was refreshing to have someone bring in ideas he wouldn't have thought of.
Boom.
Yeah, so that was a
Yeah.
good
So now,
comeback.
so now we've tried the throwback thing. We'd love some feedback if you enjoyed this.
And it's
you know.
his birthday. It's
His
Steve
birthday, which made it
Stevens.
easy to pick
Now
who to have. Yeah,
today.
today is his birthday. But man, I know Steve
Michael Newton's clapping.
for decades, and
They heard that.
it's everybody. Well, my point in saying that is that you watch somebody's career from outside of their career, and you watch where it goes, and that was the whole reason for doing the format of the show that I decided on.
Well,
It allowed me to reconnect with people that I haven't spoken to for any other good reason. I'm not all of a sudden going to call Steve up out of nowhere. Hey, man, how you doing?
okay, well, Laurie really enjoyed this. She'd love to
Good.
continue.
Okay.
Chris says cool. Brenda gave it a heart. Michael Newton gave it a bunch of claps.
That's all we need.
Yeah. So this is that will be our Thursday format.
Yeah, that'll be our Thursday summer format, and then of course Free for All Friday.
Tomorrow night, Lenny, you ready?
Oh, I hope you're ready. Tune up, bro. Cause,
Yeah, because you're in perfect form tonight.
yeah, tune up, because I'll see you there.
Michael Newton, more. Richard Wing, very cool. We're so glad you're back, Richard.
Richard, man, I was in the control room today, and I'm hearing, "Damn it!" And I'm like, what the hell? What? And I come in, I leave and I walk in here, and I hear, and she's like, "Just," and I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm trying to unblock Richard.
I hit the wrong button last night, and I couldn't figure out how to undo it.
And what'd you finally do?
I got you to undo it. So there's that.
And if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Tomorrow night, Free for All Friday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, kids.